Hi guys, here with Editor Pete, partner in crime, Poker Dad. Doing something a little bit different today, okay? So rather than a normal tournament, we're doing something that's never been done before. There's a few of the guys already ready to go. They're already excited, okay? We're doing the Royal Rumble of poker. So we're all gonna have entrance music. We've got a little ramp, we've got smoke machines. It's all happening. So we're gonna try and film as much as we can, and then obviously we'll get into the poker after. So if you're just here for hands, skip a bit. If you want to see some ridiculous entrances, then hang about. Hopefully this guy edits it together quite nicely, and it'll be fun for everyone. I'll see you shortly. Right guys, you probably saw that I drew number 17, which is pretty good. Obviously we've got 30 runners, 17, happy with that.
And now, the Royal Rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble!
The world has... What? Oh my! Wait a minute. The hell is this? I believe hell has opened! Wait a minute, what? It can't be! Oh, it is! It is! The last time The Undertaker was here! Wait a minute, what was it? Hell in a Cell and Armageddon, and it's The Undertaker! He's on it! What the hell is going on here?
Game over.
Yes, sir.
Hi Destroyer, so how did it go?
Well, it was all right pre.
Talk us through your hand.
Jimmy raised from the small blind to 300. I'm in the big blind. I raised to.
What's your hand, please?
Ace Queen.
Ace Queen, suited?
No.
Ooh.
He made it 3 something or other.
Okay.
I made it 10.
Yeah.
He jammed. I called. He had Ace Jack. I had Ace Queen.
So you were an 80% favourite?
Yep.
Okay.
And there was a Jack on the flop, I think it was.
Jim fixed it.
Jim did fix it.
Okay.
So keep an eye on him.
Well, congratulations. You look great.
Thank you. Played well.
And look forward to seeing you at the cash table later.
Yeah. Cheers.
Thank you. Well done to the Destroyer!
It's Paul Bear! And that's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane!
Right guys, we're on the break, so everyone's entrances are done. It was fun, it was good. I hope everyone had a good time. Hopefully it looks quite good on camera, which you've just seen. Yeah, break's over, and I got just over what I started with, I think. So now we play some proper poker, so I hope there'll be some hands, and I'll see you in a bit. Am I poker dad? Or is this poker dad? Right, here we go. Hand number one. So I'm going to try and throw in some wrestling stuff here. So firstly, we look down at Jeff Jarrett. Couple of jacks. We call, actually, we just call here. Someone's already raised. So we call the 700. And then our friend Illinois, a couple of seats along, decides to bump up to 4.5k. It does fold round to me. And I think about this one for a while. I've got 30 odd K in my stack. I think all options are in play here. We could just jam, get it in there and hope that we're flipping or ahead of like a smaller pocket pair. We could just call, go to a flop. Problem with going to a flop is even if it's a low one, if he fires again, you know, he could still have queens, king, aces. He could still have ace, king. So we still don't really know where we are. And of course, if we fold, you know, maybe that's just a little bit tight here. So I do take my time over this one. I decide I've literally sat down for about 5 minutes. Don't want to go out this early on. Let's play tournament poker. So I actually do eventually elect on laying this one down, and he shows ace king suited. So it would have been a flip. I'm not too disappointed here. Against this specific player, I think we can play post flop against him, and we'll look for a better spot later on. Let's see if we can find it. On to the next one, and it's Jeff Jarrett again. What? He's back! So we've got pocket jacks again here, under the gun. We're playing 100, 200 blinds. I make it 1,000 because of being in an early position. We get 4 callers, I believe. Big blind is last to throw it in, saying he's priced in. We go to a flop then 4 ways, and it comes down 4, 5, 8. Not the best flop to go multi-ways, but obviously we have to put a bet out, so we bet 2,500. It folds round to the big blind, and he does end up throwing in a call. Obviously, it's all over his range here. I'm already not too excited about this hand, even though I've got an overpair. The big blind, you know, could have any 2 after getting priced in pre-flop. So, yeah, once he calls, not too excited. And, yeah, but obviously we'll have a look and see what the turn brings. Turn comes down, and it is actually a 7. So, again, just an absolutely awful card. Puts a 4-liner out there. yeah, just hate everything about it at this point. It does go check, check, which is good news. And then the river brings a 3, which again also doesn't help my hand at all. It ends up just going check, check quite quickly, and it actually ends up jacks being good. So happy days, not a big one, but at least we get to pull some chips our way, which is good news. Next up, I'm not actually in this hand, and I've started filming a little bit late, but it's producer Pete here, Mario. He's in the tank here. The flop is 6-4-3, the turn was a deuce. He's been jammed on. Eventually, he does make the lay down with pocket 10s, and his opponent does turn over the 4-5 offsuit. So, Pete, you played it perfectly. I'm proud of you. Got it in, your money in when you were good, and folded when you were behind. Great stuff. Right, next up here, guys, we look down at Jack, Queen, offsuit. I make it 1,000 from early position, and we get a couple of callers. We go to a flop of Jack, 7-4, so pretty good flop for my hand. I lead straight away for 1,300. And we do get one caller. I'm assuming he may have some sort of straight draw, maybe a 7. Can't imagine it being too strong a hand. So, yeah, just a nice little feeder bet. He eventually takes his time and does make the call. We go down after the next player folds, and we look down at a turn, which is a board pairing 4. Which, again, shouldn't really change too much here. Again, I don't think he's too strong, so I just put 1,400 in, just trying to milk for as much as I can with this hand. But even that's too much, and he does end up laying it down. But, again, pulling chips our way. We look down at ace-4 off on this one, and I raised to 1,300. Not really sure what I'm doing, but, you know, whatever. Let's have some fun. That's what we're here for. And I get many, many callers. The flop's ace-9-3, which obviously is not a bad board when I've raised with ace-4 off. So I do put in a bet of 1,300. And I get one caller, which is our friend Illinois again, who we do plenty of battles with. I jokingly say that I can never ever get him to fold, and I don't think I've ever beat him in a pot. Obviously, hopefully, just setting him up for a big finish later on where I can get the 1, 2, 3. So we'll see what happens moving forward. Like I say, he calls, turn comes down, and it quickly goes check, check. Can't even remember what the card was, pretty irrelevant. And the river, he actually leads for 1,800. I believe it's a jack or a queen, some sort of pitch card. And it's just too small a bet, so I just have to throw in a call. And he shows that he actually had second pair, so we had second pair on the flop, he had the 9. So my ace-4 is actually good. Weird bet, Illinois. Weird bet.
Could be 2 going out.
Producer Pete is all in. Poker Dad wannabe all in. Is there 3 all-ins here?
Yeah.
Can we see some cards?
King, Jack, 8.
Classic. Oh.
King.
Oh, what a board! 1 time for your producer, boy! G fucking G. Wow. Here we go! Right, guys, here we go. This is the big one. Look down at Ace Jack of Spades. We're playing 600, 1,200. Guy immediately to my right has made it 3k straight off the bat. I come along for a call. I don't think I need to be free betting this straight away in this position, so we just come along for a call. Our nemesis, Illinois, also throws in a call, so we go 3 ways to the flop. It comes down Ace, 10, Jack. Whoop, whoop. Or yeet. Yeah, which is currently happening quite a lot in the wrestling world, I believe. It goes check, check, and then Illinois does put out a bet here of 4,500. First initial raise of pre-flop folds. I take my time here. I'm looking at my stack depth here. I'm thinking, do I just get this in now? Do I just jam? What sort of hands has he got here? Will he call a jam? And eventually, I actually think he has probably got quite a strong hand here. He's limped a couple of really strong starting hands. So he could have ace-10, he could have ace-king, ace-queen. All of these sorts of hands are in his range. He could, of course, have king-queen as well. So, yeah, I just actually decide to elect on a call. to see what the turn brings and see obviously how the action goes as well, so I can get a little bit more information rather than playing the high variance stuff. So we throw in the call and the turn comes down. Absolutely wonderful. It's another jack. So we've boated up on the turn. Happy days. Nice and simple. Actually goes check, check. So again, obviously trying to be a little bit deceptive here. The king comes down on the river, which is absolutely perfect. It's just probably the best card in the deck. Ace king gets 2 pair. Any ace queen, jack queen, 10 queen, any of these sorts of hands hit the straight on the river. I find the check on the river as well, and he ends up betting 6k. I pull out the reversal and stick in the check raise jam. He thinks about it for a while, counts out his chips. He's not really sure. I'm talking to him, I get the camera and I show him and blah, blah, blah. Just trying to, you know, get in his head a lot. Obviously, he knows I do bluff a lot. I don't really think there's any bluffs here, but I suppose he could be splitting it. Maybe a jack plays this way, just a single jack, who knows. Undertaker didn't like that too much. Eventually, RKO out of nowhere. He puts in the chips. I turn over the full house, and it turns out he did in fact have the ace queen. So flop top pair with the straight draw, rivered the straight draw. Obviously the king for myself being the absolute gin card, best card in the deck. 1, 2, 3. Thanks for coming, Illinois. Cheers for the double up. See you next time.
Good river.
Right, it's 10 o'clock. We're down to 2 tables. Who knows, maybe we'll get back in there and we'll actually have some hands that are longer than 40 seconds long and boring. Let's see what happens. We're down to 2 tables now. Things are getting interesting. Obviously, we want to make that final table. All the stack depths are a little bit weird. We're in the small blind, which I believe is 2k. We're playing 2k, 4k now, and I've got 74 in my stack. Button makes it 10k. Now, the button is a good player, or so I thought. Somewhat a GTO player, studies the charts, that kind of thing, so he could be opening pretty wide here. Obviously, ace-jack off with like 6-7 big blinds is just too strong. 8 big blinds. So, I end up jamming straight away.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
And he doesn't snap call, which is obviously a fantastic result. Really good. We think we're getting it in a good spot here. He could have ace-10, ace-9, these sorts of hands, ace-7 suited, ace-5 suited, those sorts of hands as well. So many hands were beaten, and of course lots of hands that we're going to be flipping against as well. You know, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, all the way through to 9s. I suppose even 10s as well, to be fair. I think obviously anything that's beating us just snaps us off. So, yeah, he does tank for quite some time here, to be honest. Obviously, the longer he takes, the more I just think we're in a really good spot. I even think probably 9s, 8s, that kind of hand have already called as well, considering the size of the raise. So I'm putting him on a weaker ace, which means we're going to go as an 80% favourite here. And what is actually at this stage of the tournament a really big pot, and will put us in a really good position to not only make the final table, but hopefully have a go at winning this and bringing home the belt. He keeps tanking, counting out his chips. We're all getting a little bit bored at this point. I think about calling the clock, to be honest, but we let it play out. You know, generally speaking, people that think long think wrong. He then does show, puts in the chips, and he shows queens. For the nittiest, tankiest call I've ever seen. I asked the dealer for my 1 time. I actually do hit the jack on the river, just to add a little bit of insult to injury. Big James tosses Poker Dad, the showman, over the top rope, and I'm out of the rumble. Worse there to be even thinking. That's the end of that then. So yeah, what am I meant to do? Ace Jack, small blind, button raise, could be anything. He does play position that way. He's made it 10. You know, got 70k where it was in the stack. It's obviously a jam every day of the week. And he tank calls with queens, man. It's just an absolute snap. So it just tells me that he didn't just snap it off. But Oh, here's what it is. So now I've just got a decision to make. Do I pay some cash or do I go to bed? What do you reckon, folks? Decided against cash, but playing a couple of little £10 sitting goes with some friends. Producer Pete. Pete.
Oh no, not everybody's ready.
He's in the zone.
Pete, give me a wave for the people. For the people. So in for 50 in the tournament, out of there, and that's the end of that. See you soon, guys.
No, round the middle. I should get naked first because I'm going to sleep naked in this tonight. Yeah, chub. Woohoo! Beer man rules.